Hi, it's me, Sam, and this is By Hook or By Needles. Now, today I'm just going to do a very quick tip video. And this is for the knitters, obviously, because I'm casting on 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I'll just do 10. Now, what this says is for really, really neat edges and straight edges, especially in garter, but it can be used in stockinette. What you're going to do is you're going to cast on the number of stitches your project says you need. Then you can add 3. So I'll add 3 more. And you'll see why in a minute. 1, 2, 3. Now normally when you're knitting garter, you will slip the first stitch and then knit all the others. And that's just the way you go. Slip the first stitch, purlwise or knitwise, and then knit all the rest. With this way, what you do is you hoop or loop the yarn over, you slip that first stitch and the new one you've created both off at the same time, and then you're going into your first stitch and you just knit across into the last 2 stitches. And this is really, really simple, and it's, I think, got a great effect. Get to the last 2 stitches and we knit those 2 together. Okay? Hence why you need the extra 3. You need the extra 3 because you needed the 1 at the beginning of the row and you needed the 2 extra at the end to knit 2 together. So, second row is exactly the same. Loop over. I mean, you could just as easily go slip 1 stitch and then knit, and you're still going to get that looping over. I mean, it's just going to be the same result. It puts a second stitch there at the end, which you then join later when you do your knit 2 together at the end of the next row. Okay, so we knit till we get to the last 2 stitches. This is our yarn over from before and our first stitch, both of which we slipped. We knit 2 together and turn. Okay, so now if you were doing stockinette, excuse me, if you were doing stockinette, what you would do, for example, let's say I was going to purl this row, you would bring it all the way around and then you would purl across. Okay, and we'll do that just for this one row so you can see what I mean, because a yarn over won't work if you're purling. And when you get to the other end, you would still knit the last 2 together. So it doesn't matter whether you're on a purl row or a knit row, you always knit those last 2 stitches together. Okay, so let's just go back to what we were originally doing. God, I need some more yarn. Okay. So, slip your stitch with your yarn over, knit across, this is great for scarves, this coasters if you're knitting a square coaster, because it gives it a really neat edge. And then we knit 2 together. Now you can't quite see if it'll focus for me. No, it's sort of focusing. You can sort of see you get a nice edge forming at both ends. Is that focusing? Yeah. I'm going to knit a few rows here and then show you at the end what the edge looks like when you've got a little bit more length. So I'll be back in a few seconds. Okay, we're back. I just want to show you one more time how we do this. I always start over by just flopping that over there, by yarning over. You don't have to. You could just as easily slip purlwise and then knit the next stitch, and that creates that yarn over that you need at the beginning. By doing it the other way, the way I do it, you're just ensuring that the yarn over is the same sort of height as the actual stitch, that's all. But anyway, so you do that. So you're creating a stitch at the beginning, and you're knitting to the end, to within 2 stitches. Okay, and then the last 2 stitches we knit 2 together. And this is the type of fabric we get. You now can see the edges. Very straight, very, I think, pretty. Very standard, very, now that's the same for both. So both edges are straight. And when you look at it from front on, they are actually reversible, because you get to see the V's up one side, and the V's are on the side on this one. But when you turn it around, the V's are on the side, but these V's are on the front going up the side. But from a distance, it just creates a very neat, straight, sharp edge. Now I cannot for the life of me remember where I saw this or where I picked it up, so apologies to whoever did create this lovely, simple edging. But yeah, it is, I think, really, really very professional looking. It really does add that sort of, I don't know, a bit of quality, if you like, or a bit of professionalism to your edges, especially, as I say, if you're making a scarf or just making maybe a pot holder or something, just so you don't have sort of those little bumps all the time. It's just something different. And you don't, because you've done this, you no longer have to put a border on it, because the base is going to have its little V's, the top's going to have its V's when you cast off, and now the sides have the little V's as well. Okay. Yep, that's it. That's just a little tip, trick, whatever, for when you're crocheting, especially in straight pieces. But you can use it for anything at all. If you're making squares for a blanket, it would also be very good, especially when it comes to joining them later, because you could then just, let me grab a needle, because when you're sewing them together, let's pretend I was sewing these 2 sides together, you go through 2 edges, and then you would find the 2 edges on the other side, and you would join, and you would get a nice straight edge again. It's easier to pick up stitches as well if you need to come along later and, for example, pick up some stitches. Very easy. There's no, looking for the bump and then the dip to pick up the stitches. There's an actual space there. You go under the 2 or under the V and you can pick up stitches like that. And it's, once again, you'll have a V on this side of the work, but not on that side. And that's when you pick up stitches. And I think that, once again, that looks pretty good as well. So, yep, there you go. That's just a little short for today. Hope you enjoy it. Please like and subscribe if I'm at all helpful to you. And catch you next time. Thank you. Bye for now.